In these challenging economic times, finding a stable, well-paying job is more challenging than ever. But remember, God has given us talents to relieve our condition. We just need to tap into them. Introducing iShop.Black, your path to success. Register with us to start your own online business or move your existing one online. We are here to lower the barriers to entry. For a limited time, get 1 month free for monthly and annual subscriptions when you use discount code iShop. iMarketplace is a new service, so if you act now you'll have first mover's advantage. Take advantage of our free concierge service offer. Our associates are ready to assist you with your site setup. For a limited time, use discount code HOOKUP to save $5 off on monthly subscription fees. Why choose iShop.Black? 45 beautifully designed modern templates. Choose from a variety of professional templates to create your online store. Immediate searchability. Your site products will be instantly searchable on iShop.Black, allowing you to leverage our marketing reach. Fast setup. You can have your site up and running within minutes. Don't miss out. Hop Sneaker Contest. Register at hops.win to win free sneakers. 1 entry per person, please. Take control of your future with iShop.Black. The #1 destination for melanated shoppers.
What's going on, fam? This is Jay Cameron inviting you to join us in Ethiopia next March 2025. And this is going to be an iconic trip that you don't want to miss, a trip of a lifetime. We're going to be visiting Addis Ababa, Gondor, Lalibela. You'll have a chance to taste the amazing Ethiopian food. You'll also have a chance to visit the Rastafarian community. You'll get the history, you'll get the fashion, you'll have an opportunity to shop. It's going to be a trip, an experience of a lifetime. So make sure you sign up to join us in Ethiopia, March 2025.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here. Today is Tuesday, July the 2nd. And we're here for another live stream, ladies and gentlemen. A few things, just real quick. We're moving along throughout the year. It is so hot. Oh my God. I went to go to the grocery store today and yeah, it's so hot. And once again, I go to the grocery store, get a couple of items. I spend $100. Man, that doggone bite, man, he gotta go. Oh, he gotta go. These prices got to drop, man. I mean, seriously, it really do. You know, once again, make sure you download the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. You can get a monthly, quarterly, or yearly subscription. Let me tell you why. So you remember the last live stream that we had conducted yesterday about Kamala and all of that? Well, that video ended up getting blocked because of the video we used and everything. So we had to edit it where basically the video with Kamala got edited out. So it's still up, but the parts with Kamala in it, it got edited out because it was done on BET, which Viacom owns. You know, y'all wonder why BET is so horrible. It's because it's not Black owned. Let's call it what it is. Even if we are conducting ratchetness, we do it to a point. We don't do it to the point that it's just going into deep degeneracy like that. And I've seen a lot of people complaining about the BET Awards, how horrible it was. And I'm actually going to do a video about some of that on our the Black Congregation channel. I guess we're going to work on the videos tomorrow. So you want to see the full live stream with nothing cut out of it, you can make sure to go to the app and you can go see that, the one about Kamala and everything. That's why we say get the app, because sometimes we got to edit something out. Sometimes we may have to take something down. So if you don't want nothing edited or whatever, that's the place to go. And it also supports the platform as well. We're still trying to get our 10,000 members there. I believe we're going to get it. I think we got enough people here to make that 10,000 work. Okay, so we got a video tonight we want to look into with one of our Black American sisters, and we're going to take our time to go through it. But before we take our time, let's go ahead on and get to the devotional that we need to get to for the day. We got to do that first before we get into our conversation. And hold on. What y'all talking about? Let me see something. Hold on. Let's go ahead on and get to the devotional that we need to get to for the day. We got to do that first before we get into our conversation. And yeah, I see what y'all saying about my microphone. The only way I could really get a lot louder for y'all, to be honest with you, I would have to be on my microphone to do so. Maybe I'm gonna have to start using my microphone on here, because the microphone sounds totally different than here. So let me play the devotional, and I'll probably just go ahead on and switch to my microphone. Let's see how that sounds. So let's get the devotional going. Who we want to? We did Al Sharpton yesterday. Okay, we'll get Eric Mays up on the screen today. Let's get Eric Mays.
I'm just telling you. I'm going to let you talk.
Who you talking to, you gonna let? The voters let me. I got voted in. Who you talking to? You gonna let me? I got seconds left.
I want you to know.
Ain't she crazy? How many seconds? Why you? I'm counting your time. Miss Galloway, I'm gonna rule you out of order. You keep talking so much.
Do I have the floor? Do I?
Yes, you do.
Thank you very much.
What a fool.
We have got to help the city of Flint. We have got to move the city forward. We have got to vote yes on this. Thank you.
Ms. Herkenroder, you the reason that I'm going to vote the way I'm going to vote, because you tried to put words in my mouth like I said you was a racist. You got to stop doing that. You've got to stop doing that.
Ms. Fields, please be very careful in that area. Please.
All I said, there was mediation and there were people in rooms.
You told
That's
details of
not
who in what
confidential.
room and how many.
But I am going to finish saying this.
Well, go ahead.
That's fine. Do you?
It shouldn't be fine. We got folks sitting in business, and I wouldn't care if you was the chair, the sofa, the TV. So you might want a dialogue.
I don't give a...
You don't give a what?
That's what he's trying to do.
So you dialoguing?
There's no dialogue.
It is some dialogue. You gave me some
point
dialogue.
Of order. Councilwoman Worthy, what is your point of order? No, I'm not.
You ain't?
I'm not.
You must.
This is a joke.
Stop this abuse.
I'm going to give
It
you
is
a
abuse.
point of order. Personal attacks is out of order. Now, you want to make a personal attack on me, I'm going to tell you something. I'm tired of Ms. Fields calling me racist. I'm tired of you calling me personal names as it relates to women. I'm tired of it. It's wrong. You're out of order. But you keep doing it. Because when I start blasting your butt, like I'm doing, everybody already know it's coming from y'all. But don't get beside yourself, Mr. Chairman. If he gonna holler tell me to shut up, you better give him his warning.
I gave you yours.
Give him his. If you gonna discriminate, you gonna let the white man running for mayor holler across and tell this black man to shut up.
I don't want to hear that.
So when he get loud, I'm gonna get louder. When they go low, I go lower.
All right, that's our dearly departed brother, Eric Mays, letting y'all know this. I hope this, now my microphone has a different sound, because this is, you're going directly into this dynamic microphone. So I know that sounds good. Ain't nobody can tell me different on that, because I listen to it all the time when I do my podcast. And yes, it is going to be a little louder. That's for sure. I'm going to double check something. All right, cool. Perfect. All right, so let me do my disclaimer before we get this video playing. All right, so as always, I have to do a disclaimer. What's going to be discussed tonight is related to those who are practicing this behavior. And if you're not practicing this behavior, if you're not a brother and sister from the diaspora that don't feel this way about Black Americans, you feel like we one family, you get along, we straight, we're not talking about you whatsoever, okay? We want to make sure we say that, because, a lot of times when we had these conversations, I get emails or get messages, oh, well, you just don't like Africans. Do you see how many Africans that's on this platform? And there's a lot of Africans who work with us also that you don't see, right? So if I didn't like Africans, trust me, they would not be here. I promise you that, because I'm not fake like that. I don't have people around me I can't stand or don't like. And I've told y'all before, don't judge brothers and sisters on the continent based on some of the immigrants that come over here, because if I never went and I never seen it myself, then I'll be like some people here, like, nah, forget them. I'll be the same way, right? But then that's always not my experience even here in America, because I meet some brothers and sisters, I've met plenty of them, and they say, hey, man, I'm from Nigeria, man, I love your show, and man, I love what you do, man, watch it all the time. I met people, Ethiopians, I met all kind of people here that's immigrants, right? So it's not all. Caribbeans, I met them, love the show. So, and they rock with Black Americans, right? So that's the people I'm always going to cut for. Those who have this attitude, this anti-Black American sentiment, we're going to have to check them. So if you don't want to hear them being checked about when they act up, then kindly exit the live stream, okay? You can exit, and that's it, because over here we're going to have accountability. If I say things about Black Americans, then why wouldn't I say nothing about you, okay? All right, so we want to cue up this video and make sure, that we can hear everything this sister has to say. Now, she's talking about some of her experience, but some people have had these same experiences, okay? So let's, like we always going to play the video, then we're going to rewind it back and stop at certain points, okay? All right. So let's go ahead on and cue this up. Cue it up. Boom, background there. And here we go.
I just came here to say that as an African-American woman who has always loved African culture, have always wanted to visit Africa, love African people, wanted to date an African man, and marry one, and ended up with an African baby daddy. I just want to say to all Africans, why do y'all come to America and date Americans when deep down inside y'all really do not like us? Like, y'all feel like y'all are better than us. Y'all feel like y'all are smarter than us. And I think y'all be calling us akatas. Y'all, baby, I didn't even know that this like this. I did not. But dating an African man and having his baby and dealing with his mama and his sisters and his brother and the uncles over there in Congolese. Baby, when I say this, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Stop bringing y'all over here trying to be a part of our culture and get the benefits of the people that come here, and then don't really like the people. Like, a lot of y'all are like that. A lot of y'all really will blend in because y'all are Black, and then will turn around and try to feel as though your country or continent is above the one that you're currently living in. And I just have to say, there is nothing wrong with having pride about your hometown and where you come from. But baby, if you're gonna come to somebody else's land feeling like you entitled to everything they get, and then try to turn around and feel like you better than them, baby, you need to go back to where you came from. Because a lot of Africans don't realize that you wouldn't be in America if you could get the same benefits in Africa. And that's facts. So y'all might not have been enslaved or experienced slavery or whatever, but majority of Africa is colonized by Europe. And that's why all y'all want to come to America, because y'all not getting those benefits in y'all country. I don't give a your country is. It's not benefiting of the people. And that's why a majority of y'all come to America for the opportunities. And then y'all will turn around and try to on African Americans like y'all just y'all don't even know what the going on for real. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm going on a rant, but I just really feel some type of way about Africans. And it's really annoying because it's like, as somebody who used to love the African culture, have been studying this I was in the 5th grade. Like, I've always loved Africa. And to become an adult and date Africans, and a lot of y'all do not even us, that is so disheartening and saddening. As like, wow. I thought all skin folk was kinfolk, and baby, that is not the case. And y'all are the biggest perpetrators. And Jamaicans. But see, I don't deal with Jamaicans. They can stay where they at. I ain't got no beef with them. But y'all African, baby, go back to the motherland.
Yeah, she ended that one pretty strong there, right, ladies and gentlemen? All right, so let's go it on and restart this again, and let's stop it at certain points, and let's interject.
I just came here to say that as an African American woman who has always loved African culture, have always wanted to visit Africa, love African people, wanted to date an African man, and marry one, and ended up with an African baby daddy. I just want to say to all Africans, why do y'all come to America and date Americans when deep down inside y'all really do not like us? Like,
okay, let's stop right there. Let's stop there, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, we don't want to clear that off. Should have did something else. I'll do that next time. Okay, so the first part where she said that ever since she was in the 5th grade, that she wanted to not only visit African countries, she liked the cultures, the traditions, she liked all that. She always was intrigued about the African continent. Growing up, you know, I mean, at the time, I'd never been there either, but I was always intrigued by it when I had met an African. You know, my experience with them as a kid, I didn't have like a negative experience. I've always was curious about, you know, I heard the accent, like, where you from? And most of them was from West Africa. A lot of times I work on jobs with some of them, so I'll ask questions. But most Black Americans' opinions from even when I grew up, they didn't have no negative thought process about anyone from the African countries. So when you run into this behavior where you don't like Black Americans for whatever the reason, you just don't like Black Americans, it is shocking. And it's shocking first and actually hurtful. Now, because see, you got some people that's not going to tell you that, but that's where some of the anger comes from and some of the vitriol comes from with some Black Americans. I don't care what they tell you on the chat. It's hurtful and shocking at the same time, because in this land, we know, hey, we Black. We got to stick together as Black people. Well, of course, we don't get along with all Black Americans, but still, even the ones we don't get along with, if something go down, we're going to super cop up. We're going to Voltron up, and we're going to get down with the get down. That's usually how, you know, we go, unless they are Uncle Ruckus, you know, Bunny Ruckus kind of, you know, person, right? So it's shocking to hear terms like akata. You're like, huh? You got a name for it? Like, what is that? Because we expect that from the folks. We expect that from the white supremacists. We expect that. But people that we looking dead in the mirror at, that you can clearly see they come from, you know, we all of African descent, you acting no different than them folks. That's how you coming across. But at the same time, what a lot of Black Americans who never been over there don't understand, they act the same way in their homeland too. And this is why a lot of them can't get nothing done. Let me give you an example. Let's talk about Kenya here for a minute. You see, when the Kenyans recently took a stand against President Ruto trying to sell them out, they didn't do it on no failed tribalism. They did it on being on code. They did it as nationalism, if anything else. And being on code get things done. Tribalism produces failure. That's why you had to run from wherever you come from, because we know over there it produces nothing but failure. You don't want to talk to another brother or sister in your own homeland because they are from a different tribe. And you will put somebody in your tribe who's a complete idiot in parliament or the presidency, but yet the most qualified person could be in another tribe, and you don't want to even elect that person, even though they can have the smarts, they can have all the knowledge. You will put an idiot from your tribe in a government position, but the person that's maybe in the opposite tribe, you won't elect them to any kind of position because they're not part of your tribe. This is why you have idiots a lot of times in some of these positions there, because my tribe, and that tribe stuff produces failure. We look at tangible results. There's nothing wrong with having a tribe. There's nothing wrong with having an ethnic group, but that just should be your particular culture, your identity. When it comes to a nation, we need the best people in position. We need people dedicated to the nation, and we all got to work together, because a divided house will always fall. And that's the problem in a lot of those places. That tribalism produces failure. That failure is division. Right now in America, we have a lot of division, a lot. And this house will fall too if you keep up the division the way you have it right now. Okay? So we got enough division here going on, and you in America is importing more division, importing the failed tribalism. Why they have to run to Europe. Now, the majority is not coming to America like that, because they would not let that many Africans come in here. Maybe more Caribbeans will come in, but definitely not a whole lot of Africans. They go more to European nations is where they're going, right? That's what they're going through Libya and the risk of getting put in slavery, literally, by them Arabs in Libya. So tribalism has failed, yet you want to bring that here. And when I look at someone practicing that tribalism, I can't even take them seriously, because I'm like, okay, you practicing the same failure that you brought from over there? Like, seriously? So when you see some of them, well, I don't like Black Americans, let's ask them a question. Why you got so much energy for Black Americans? We're not in your homeland taking your oil. We're not taking your gold. We're not taking your diamonds. We're not taking your uranium to make weapons with. We're not taking all these things from you. I can just go on and on and on what Black Americans aren't taking from you, right? The folks have been taken from you in the Western world, no matter what country they come from. And yet you have most smoke with a Black American who most Black Americans haven't even been to the continent. You got most smoke with Black Americans than you have with the people that's taking your resources. You have trillions of dollars of resources underneath your feet. You shouldn't even be here. Every African nation should look like Dubai. And I say it should look like Dubai as the cheap version. And what I mean by the cheap version, Dubai should look cheap compared to what the African continent should look like, based on the resources they have in the ground. Trillions of dollars of resources is underneath the ground that's being mined in African nations. And how is it that every African nation don't look like Dubai with those resources? It doesn't make sense. Everybody's benefiting. All their resources being siphoned to the West more than anywhere else. And now the Chinese are siphoning it. The Russians are siphoning it. Everybody's siphoning resources, but you have no smoke for all these people who siphoning resources, giving you pennies on the dollar for your resource. Even if you charge these people full price for what it's worth, you would make some money. Y'all got so many resources over there. Your government should be passing out a monthly check to y'all, to everybody in the country. All the money they could have made off of that. You know what I'm saying? But then you leave your homeland and then you come over here and don't like Black Americans? That doesn't make sense. It don't. I do understand it because it's failed tribalism, because you didn't get along with the people in your homeland. So you didn't get along with your fellow brethren. Then you come over here looking at us as an opposite tribe, and then you want to come over here doing that too, right? And every single time you gonna get caught in a situation in this country, and you're going to find out real quick where it's going to get you, and Black America's not going to have you back. And some people have experienced that. And then now when Black Americans say, okay, well, maybe we just need to leave you alone, now everybody is saying, oh, well, that's not right. You guys are divisive. You guys, you are African. You that's the motherland, and the motherland's yours and all of that. Well, why you wasn't talking about Africa and then West Africa and all of that is ours and that's our motherland and all of that, why you weren't talking about that before people start kind of delineating? Why didn't you, when you came over here, we're talking about immigrants and we're not talking about all, when you came here, why didn't you say, you know what, let me get with my brothers. These are my brothers and sisters. Let's build together. Let's work together. Hey, man, you know, I still got some ties back home. Let's all go back there and get some land and build something up. And let's fight for the diaspora to have citizenship. You know what I'm saying? I seen somebody say that their sister in the chat got scammed by a Nigerian, $50,000. Like, ooh, that hurt. That hurt. But you want to talk about the African continent for a minute, you know, you go ask anyone in the African continent, and that's the killing part. And listen, there's a lot of Nigerian brothers and sisters. I love them to death. They cool with me. But some of them that had this sentiment against Black Americans, you know, on the continent how people feel about Nigerians. We ain't talking about the Western world. We're talking about the continent. You go to any African country and they say, hey, what you think about Nigerians? Watch how they act. I didn't come up with that. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. And Nigeria is a rich country resource-wise. It shouldn't be in the position that it's in. But when you let Stacey Abrams do you know, observe your elections, you know where that's going to go. All right, so let's kick this back up.
Y'all feel like y'all are better than us. Y'all feel like y'all are smarter than us. And I think y'all be calling us akatas. Y'all, baby, I didn't even know that this like this. I did not. But dating an African man and having his baby and dealing with his mama and his sisters and his brother and the uncles over there in Congolese. Baby, when I say this, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Stop bringing y'all over here trying to be a part of our culture and get the benefits of the people that come here and then don't really like the people. Like, a lot of y'all are like that. A lot of y'all really will blend in because y'all are Black and then will turn around and try to feel as though your country or continent is above the one that you're currently living in. And I just have to say.
All right, so let me stop right there. She say, don't really come over here if it don't really like Black folk. Well, you know, you got to remember the live stream we did with the other lady that said that I come here to take. Right? But this is the thing. We as Black Americans would never travel to no other country and be like, oh, I don't like them, and show it. You know what I'm saying? And that mindset and even arrogance to come in here. But see, Black America, y'all really need to think. In their mind, they don't really believe America is your homeland. They really don't believe that. They believe America is the white man's land. That's what they believe. And because they believe, though, it's the white man's land, they just don't have to respect you like that. Even though we are the reason why they're here. Because let's go back into American history. The white man didn't want nobody here but Europeans. He only wanted Europeans coming to Turtle Island. That's all he wanted coming here. He didn't want no Africans. He didn't want no Hispanics. He didn't want no East Indians. He didn't want nobody to come in here but them. Why do you think it's so many of them over here? They were flooding this country like no tomorrow because that's all he wanted here. They didn't start letting Africans in here like in greater numbers until after that immigration bill that Dr. King was there when it was being signed. Because they say, hey, man, you know, some of our brothers and sisters, hey, it'd be good for them to come over here, get an opportunity. You know, hey, come join us, come work with us here. And yeah, we could build something, you know, we could build something together. But some of them, no. They're like, no. I don't want to be with Black Americans. I want to be in my own Nigerian community. I don't want to be with Black Americans. I want to be in my own community, the Somalis. I don't want to be with y'all. I want to be practicing that same failed tribalism where they come from. And one thing I don't understand, just me personally, if I know something is a failure, like in my life, like if I've done something before and I know I failed, and if I get a brand new opportunity to make things better. Why would I go do the same thing I know I did before that made me fail and go to a new opportunity and bring the same failure with me? Then she said some of them feel like they better than us, right? And I never understand that either. You know, like, I don't think I'm better than nobody. So I can't even get with that mindset about I feel like I'm better. Then, you know, and I always tell people, and let me ask y'all in the chat, class, it's participation time. What do you define as success? Because they come here and say, we're more successful than Black Americans. Okay, so what do you define as success, for one? Number two, what are you doing that Black Americans aren't currently doing in 2024 and haven't done in this country at all to say that you're more successful than Black Americans when by the numbers, you don't even make the money that Black Americans make as a collective group of people if you just go on and put your group of people to the side of it. So, y'all, what is success? What is that? When they say I'm successful, what do you think is success to you? Kellen, you saying education is success? Okay. What is success? You say independence. You say a house, car, and a job is success. What else? You say financial independence is success. Okay. You say happiness. Okay, shout out to Uganda. Shout out to Kevin down there. What is success? I'm just asking. Because, okay, well, I'm seeing y'all talking about education, financial independence. I'm seeing y'all talking about freedom. I see all that sort of thing. That's funny. Y'all tripping. Ownership, peace of mind. You know, everybody keeps saying kind of the same thing. Okay, a family home, love, financial. Okay. So, if they're more successful than Black Americans, are Black Americans own a home? Last time I checked, Black Americans own a home. Not at the rate of white Americans, but we own a home at the rate of what, 44.2%? Somewhere around there. We keep fluctuating between 44 to 46% home ownership rate. Even though Black Americans, for the most part, rent, and that's really done by design. Your boy Biden, if he really wanted to get Black American home ownership up to at least 80%, you know, let's talk about him for a minute. Biden can make Black home ownership go up by 80% through the FHA. He could if he wanted to. He don't even need Congress to do it. But, you know, people like Biden, you know, at the end of the day, he's still a doggone racist, which y'all think he ain't. And yes, I said ain't for a reason. Y'all mentioned education. Okay. Education in what fields, because these days people have a lot of education, people have master's degrees, and they can't get a job. I say if you're not going to go to a college to get like something maybe in the, you know, something that's medical. And when I say medical, I'm talking about something high end, not just doctor, but you can do radiology. You know, you can do X-ray tech. I mean, something you're going to get paid good, right? Nursing, whatever. Okay, if you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to go into engineering, you know, all of them STEM fields that you know you're going to make you some money, then, hey, cool, go to college. But if you're not going to do that, just my opinion, I think you need to go to the skilled trades, because you have a lot of people that's doing skilled trades and making a hell of a lot of money. While some people got a degree sitting at home, they're making good time money. So education could be skilled trades too, because you still need to go to, even if it's a trade school, you still need to go to some sort of school. If it's welding school, it's still a school. So yes, education and accomplishing something in education. Okay, I view that as success. Financial freedom and independence. That I look at that as success too. Definitely. You say a good job, it could be success, but the problem I have with a job working for the folks, at least, is that they won't let you go to the heights that you should go, right? And I personally believe working for yourself and then learning to be financially independent, even though it's hard, you may make some mistakes here and there, You got to deal with the ups and downs of business because it happens. But I'd rather struggle with having a business than go and deal with the folks and worry about the issues I deal with there. My stress level is not as high at all when I don't work with the folks. Okay, so y'all say a job, financial independence. Let's say you buy a home. Black Americans got homes. I mean, so y'all mention all these different things. So what you mean they're successful, more successful than Black Americans when Black Americans are doing this every day? How are you more successful? You're not. Now, I will say this much. If you come from a situation, and I'm just got to be truthful, if you come from a situation and you're dealing with days of no power, and you come into a situation when you got power 24/7 unless you don't pay your bill, that's a change for you. If you don't have water all the time, now you got water, that's a change for you. You get this American luxury that you could have. Okay, I see why maybe some of you get the big head and get uppity. I see, it's kind of like that thing called you came in a new money type of thing, but it's not even new money. It's just a new lifestyle to make you feel that way. So if they look at a Black American, you've been here for hundreds of years and you don't even have what I got. Well, 9 times out of 10, when you get imported here, they're not importing the poor from any said country. For the most part, America wants to import skilled people here. Well, it'd be like this. If I took 1,000 Black Americans, some of our best and brightest Black Americans out of America and doing whatever you could think of, pick up all business owners, very successful in what they're doing, all skilled tradesmen, engineers, like whatever, right? And I transport them to any said African country. Those Black Americans would be way more profitable in those countries because they are skilled than the average person there. So if you bring a brother and sister from Nigeria that's got a doctorate degree in something and you want to bring them here, well, their education level didn't go down because they came here. Even if they have to repeat school again, they already have the knowledge. So you come here a lot of times from elite families, some of you come from elite families or people with money, and you come over here and then you want to say, why aren't they in this position or that position? And you don't even know the history why certain people are in a position. Immigrants are more preferred, period, than American citizens. And Black immigrants are more preferred than Black Americans. That's true. The folks rather deal with Black immigrants over Black Americans for several reasons. One, they don't know the nuances of racism, white supremacy, so they can do all kind of racism to them. Two, immigrants fear being deported, so they're not going to buck against the folks because the folks can just get them on out of here at any time. So since they hold that over their head, they kind of stay in check and stay in line. Unless they are first generation, second generation, third generation, then it's different. They got their American citizenship, so they can't really bounce them out of here like that. Number 3, they don't feel the guilt and shame of what they done to us, to them, because they didn't do nothing to them. They did it to us. You have to understand, when the folks talk to you, they literally looking at their guilt and shame in the face. Even your name is guilt and shame to them, because the African or that come over, he got his name from the African continent. Your name was put on you because of slavery. So every time they even say your name, they can feel a certain sort of kind of way, right? We know them like the back of our hand because we dealt with them literally for over 500 years. We've been dealing with them, literally. So we know them. When we talk about reparations, right, they feel guilt and shame about it because they know they owe it. Africans not going to talk about no reparations. Their reparations was coming to America. So why would they talk about reparations, right? So yeah, they prefer them around. They ain't got to hear reparations. They'll sit up there and say, "You Black Americans, see how they doing this and that and the third." You have to understand the folks is the one is picking who come over here too. Because you got a lot of good brothers and sisters over there that I would love to come here, but they won't let them come here. It's like the Julius Malema types. Do you think they want to import 100,000 people, brothers and sisters from the continent, think like Julius Malema? Do you really think they want to import that here? No. Who they want to import? People like the mindset of Candace Owens and Jesse Lee Peterson. That's the people they want to import here to America, not a Julius Malema. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to import a brother like Professor Lumumba in Kenya. They don't want to import that here. No. Yeah, you're right. Another part of success is being able to lift and support our own. You're 100% right. Yes, not only that you become successful, or doing good for yourself, that you can actually reach back and say, hey, man, can I bring my brothers and sisters with me? Can I, pay them something? We may not be rich to do it, but hey, can you faithfully pay them something? And then, they don't have to deal with the folks, right? Yeah, that's part of success too. To me, I look at that as just more of a success, because now you can take from what you're getting and give to somebody else or provide a job or whatever the case may be, right? Now, are they doing that? Or are they talking about they got a house, they got a car? Like, man, most time these houses and cars, you don't pay that bill, they take it. Period. So don't get too attached. So let's continue.
There's nothing wrong with having pride about your hometown and where you come from. But, baby, if you're going to come to somebody else's land feeling like you entitled to everything they get and then try to turn around and feel like you better than them, baby, you need to go back to where you came from. Because a lot of Africans don't realize that you wouldn't be in America if you could get the same benefits in Africa. And that's facts. So y'all might not have been enslaved or experienced slavery or whatever, but majority of Africa is colonized by Europe. And that's why all y'all want to come to America, because y'all not getting those benefits in y'all country. I don't give a what your country is. It's not benefiting of the people. And that's why majority of y'all come to America for the opportunities. And then y'all will turn around and try to on African Americans like y'all just y'all don't even know what the going on for real. Like,
okay, let me correct some things that she's talking about, just to be honest with you. And hopefully I'll run out of time. The African continent is not colonized as it used to be. They are independent nations. Now, we know France has a lot of sway in West Africa, and you know that Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger had got the French out of there, right? And shout out to those brothers and sisters for doing that. And more African nations that was under France, they talk about getting them out of there, and I love to see it. But no African nation is colonized. We're talking about definitely the black ones. They're not colonized. Another thing I need to talk about, the majority of African immigrants don't come to the United States of America. They actually go to Europe. And it makes sense because they're connected over there. And you put like this, Europe is like, going to Europe is no different than like Hispanic people coming to the United States. That's basically what that is. They have to trek across, and do all that, but they can get to European nations or whatever. So no, way more of them go to the European countries than come to America. America, you gotta fly, even if you're trying to go with people in caravans, you still gotta fly all the way across the Atlantic to do it, right? And some people may not have money to fly over here, but they may have enough to trek up, to Italy or Spain or go to the UK or wherever they're trying to go, right? I mean, so I just want to correct that portion of it. But, yeah, we just have a little education. Let me try to finish this off so we don't run out of time here. Let's finish it off.
I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm going on a rant, but I just really feel some type of way about Africans. And it's really annoying because it's like, as somebody who used to love the African culture, have been studying this in the 5th grade. Like, I've always loved Africa. And to become an adult and date Africans, and a lot of y'all do not even us, that is so disheartening and saddening. As like, wow. I thought all skin folk was kinfolk, and baby, that is not the case. And y'all are the biggest perpetrators. And Jamaicans. But see, I don't deal with Jamaicans. They can stay where they at. I ain't got no beef with them. But y'all African, baby, go back to the motherland.
All right. So basically, like I said, a lot of her feelings has come from personal matters, that she has, with her baby daddy and that family. But there are other, because I'll talk to the different, brothers and sisters we have here on the platform, and they say that, hey, y'all talk about the scamming. They say they do it to us, the family situation. Now, all family, but if you were just in a situation, period, dealing with other families, if that family don't like you, and you can be married to another Black American, if that family don't like you, they can cause problems for you. It's just bottom line. So some of that come from her personal situation too. But let me say this, and I saw some of what y'all saying in the chat. And I'm gonna repeat this again. Don't judge everybody on the African continent based off of the run-ins you have with some immigrants here in America. Go yourself, see yourself. If that was the case, if I got over there the first time and they treated me the exact same way as what she said, I would have came right back on this microphone and I would have said, hey, y'all, no, not there. I would have told you. I wouldn't have came back like, man, boy, I feel so at peace. I feel at home. I wouldn't have said that to you because I'm not sponsored by nobody over there. So I'm not sponsored by no government or anything. They haven't done no tourism ads or nothing here for me to be promoting them like that. So no, I just went off of that. Then the different people we, took to the different countries and they enjoyed themselves and they didn't feel that way like, man, these people are messed up. So I would say go over there, see it yourself is more enjoyable. And they'll tell you when you get there, man, them people that's over there in America, bro, they were no good here. That's why they sent them over there. They were causing problems here. They'll tell you that. They'll tell you. Because so many Africans every day that want to get a U.S. visa and they deny them for no other reason other than, oh no, I don't sense no mammy in this one. Or, I don't know, he look like he's too militant. Nah, I'm not letting him over there. Oh no. You know what I'm saying? And maybe people need to talk about that. Why is the U.S. denying people visas like that, but we're allowed to go in everybody's country? I forgot what nation did that recently. I think it's an African nation. Was it Namibia? What country that was that recently said, okay, well, you don't want to let us come to your country, or sure, we're going to deny you to come in. Now you got to pay for visas. No free entry no more. I don't take an issue with them doing that. I really don't. Because how I feel, if somebody coming to your country visa free, then it has to be reciprocated. Like, for instance, Americans can go to South Africa visa free. I don't know. I can look into it. I don't know the deal. I think they can't come over here visa free, but ain't no way that I'm going to be a president of a nation and we not doing visa free on both sides. And I just think people need to have free movement personally throughout the world. Why are you denying people from coming into a country? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying let a freaking, terrorist in somebody's country. I'm not saying that, but bruh, like, let people have free movement, man. And how I feel about also, you shouldn't definitely deny no black people from going to the continent at all. At all. Yeah, Cape Town is beautiful. You're 100% right. It is, but I could only do 2 or 3 days of Cape Town. Oh, no. Now, Durban, I prefer to be there. Number one, Durban is a shorter flight. It's only 50 minutes from Johannesburg. Flying to Cape Town is like, 2 hours? And over there in KZN, is way more of us around. The Zulus, that's where all the Zulus are at. A lot of them brothers and sisters over there. And, of course, you see the East Indians there, but there's a lot of us, way more of us. Going down there to Cape Town, first time I went there, y'all, I was like, where the hell have I landed? That's the first thing I mean, them folks were everywhere in that area we was at. I'm like, bruh, like, it wasn't like that in Johannesburg, but doggone Cape Town, I'm like, oh, man. Even my wife said the same thing. She said, Cape Town's beautiful, but I can't do much of that. She said the same thing. I said, no, when we go back, I said, I'm going to take you to Durban. I said, that's where you're going to like being, over there. I tell you all day long, Durban is where it's at. I'm not saying go to Cape Town, no. Go see it yourself. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Beautiful water. I mean, the people were nice. You have a lot more of the colored community there. And they was nice. They were cool, You got brothers and sisters, but you see a lot of poverty over there in Cape Town, bro. I mean, it's like you see the folks living all good, and you see black folks and colored folks living in a lot of these shanty areas. And like, man, it's just like, but yet DA, which Renelway talks about a lot, DA, the folks, they run that area, right? And I'm like, y'all want to let DA get into parliament? And the ANC, you want to partner with DA? Are you crazy? Man, look, I would partner with every black party I could. I would never partner with DA, but they gonna find out about DA real soon. Oh, you say you're gonna go to Cape Verde and Angola? Yeah, I would like to. Yeah, I seen a brother who went to Cape Verde. It looked like it was pretty cool over there. Eventually, I'll get over there, ladies and gentlemen, eventually. You say Seychelles got a lot of them folks over there? Yeah. It's just, shoot, my wife, she didn't even like Johannesburg too much. She said, nah, it's nice, but I like Nairobi a lot more. So I just like that better. And of course I say I like Johannesburg a little more. But I say, look, my ultimate goal, well, let me not say what my ultimate goal is, but I eventually I'm gonna have some stuff going on, right? And I prefer to be there more out of the year than here anyway, because man, the cost of food too high. At least over there, I can go feed about 20 of y'all, and it can be all on me. You know what I'm saying? In America, man, if I'm gonna feed 20 of y'all, I better have a bag that day. Shoot, food is way too high in America. Freaking Joe Biden ruining all the freaking food. I'm still talking about that food I went today, buying some food for my kids and some things we need just from the grocery store, and spent $100 freaking dollars. $100. Do y'all know the family size of cereal nowadays? Because the kids wanted some cereal. It's like $6-7. Man, I remember that kind of cereal used to be like $4-5. Like, bro, like, that's what I say, man. And Joe Biden don't want to talk about those issues. He never want to talk about the prices in the grocery store. He never talks about it. You say Durban's your spot. You say, but you'll be moving to Ghana in August. Okay, all right. Shout out to Ghana. You say passport. Listen, in my opinion, I don't think nobody need no passport to travel. But they put in the Passport Control Act in the 70s, and that's all like a slave thing. And the reason why I say it's a slave thing for all Americans, they say you can't leave America or come into America without a passport. Now, they're saying leaving. So you're an American citizen. If you don't have a passport, you are trapped into the United States. You can't go nowhere. If you travel, they're going to say, no, you can't leave. And you go to another country, you say, no, you can't come in because you don't have a passport. This is why I think throughout the world, Gen X, Millennial, and Gen Z need to get rid of those type of laws and norms, because that's a form of, to me, a slavery for everybody throughout the world. Why can't you travel? I'm not saying don't have you shouldn't have a passport, but why are you trying to control people's movement like that? If somebody want to go, let them go. Also, you said in good old Canada, chicken, rice, and spaghetti is up 5% in Canada. Man, shout out to Canada. Shout out to Canada. Okay, you just said SA has the most whites living there out of all the African countries. Yeah, they were there with apartheid and all that, but they're not the dominant place. They're not dominant. And I'm gonna say this much: I see them here and there in Johannesburg, like that. I do see them, but they were so far and few in between in Durban, though. I didn't see them over there. I seen a lot of Zulus, though. Shout out to the Zulus. I seen a lot of brothers and sisters out there. Them folks wasn't heavy out there. I'm telling you. It's a kind of a mix of them in Johannesburg. Durban, I didn't see them heavy like that. At least I didn't. But doggone Cape Town? Oh, man. Boy. And, I just went, and they were nice. They were talking to me. I had a few of them talk to me. One of them, they heard me talking. I think I was talking to Kellen on the messaging. and heard me talking like, you American? I'm like, yeah. They just like, oh, y'all accent. They just start talking to me. Then I had a British dude. I was out there talking to the brothers, and then he heard me talking, and so he wanted to start sparking up a conversation. Really, the folks who actually just want to have a conversation with you when they know you're Black American. Oh, they got so many questions for you. They get so intrigued talking to Black Americans. So that's like my experience. Now, I've heard that they treat us different from what I heard. They say, oh, they'll treat you different because you're an American, but us, they'll act a certain way. That's what I've heard. So. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost getting toward the end of this thing. You say no Black Americans should be going to Nigeria? I don't agree with that. I think that Nigeria, from what I've heard from many travelers, that Nigeria is not an easy country to deal with. So you shouldn't be a novice in traveling. I've heard that. And I always think that you should have somebody on the ground that could, that's trusted, that can, they can be with you, they can ride with you and say, hey, yeah, go over here, but don't go over there, and I think you'll be fine. You just got to have a trusted person or maybe a travel company or something that can have guides with you so they can keep you out of areas you shouldn't be in. But I wouldn't say don't go to Nigeria. I wouldn't say don't go to a war-torn area. Don't go over there where Boko Haram is at. I'm not telling you to go over there with them. But, I guess you stick to the big city, Abuja, Lagos and places like that. Why not? Why not? I mean, shoot, them folks show up over there all the time. They are there. Them folks go land right in Abuja all the time. And also, Delta got a direct flight from Atlanta straight to Lagos, I found out, because the first time I went to South Africa, they had a flight. Delta had a flight going straight to Johannesburg from Atlanta. And then I turned around and said, wait a minute, hold on, they going to Lagos in this other terminal? So Delta do have a direct flight straight to Nigeria if you want to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on the stream tonight. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Click that. Make sure you click the like button. It's very important. Turn on notifications, not only for this channel, but turn on the YouTube notifications to make sure that you get our content. But if you haven't done that, just come back 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, right here on African Diaspora News Channel, because you're not going to get notifications like that. On the Ethiopia trip, if you have not signed up, last time I heard there's still 15 spots left. And make sure you go to African Diaspora News Channel. I'm sorry, AfricanDiasporaNews.org/Ethiopia. We put that pinned comment after the stream. We'd definitely like to see all of you there in Ethiopia in 2025, put in your deposit, and that way you can secure your spot. You can make payments. That's the best way to secure your spot. Don't wait to the last minute like some people love to do. You love to wait to the last minute, and then now you can't get on because this trip has less people than the previous one. So you better get on. Don't think about it. So thank y'all for listening, and we'll see y'all on the next one.